We are back, but a little different. We, as in Tommy, is not here today. We
Yes.
pulled Lewis out of the bullpen.
Oh, boy, am I happy today.
You throw right or left?
I'm a righty.
You're a righty?
Yes, sir.
What do you got there? That looks different.
This is a nice new size H99 Liga Privada.
Ooh, baby. That's that 60 ring gauge. It's the
Yes.
event only cigar right now. Calvin stopped by to see us the other day, and he dropped off a sample. I decided to go with the Liga number 9 Corona Doble. I'm going to let Lewis, take a run at that and see
This
what
is
he thinks.
amazing. I'm really excited.
Does the ring gauge of a cigar play into the factor of when you're purchasing cigars? When you decide on what you're smoking?
Personally, not for me. I know that a lot of the guys that I've come across just won't like a 56 or higher, so this might not interest them. I just think because it's such a different cigar and that they are going with a bigger gauge, even if I wasn't this type of cigar smoker, I would try it. For me,
I'm interested.
I'm interested very much. But for me, it's all about the cigar. Unless it's like 70. If you're approaching 70, then
that's a different story.
Yeah, but if you're in the 60 gauge, I'm still in the game.
I'm not. I am that consumer that typically will not even think about trying a 60 ring gauge cigar. But that one,
yes,
I'll entertain it. Right? It may not be something that I go to all the time, but I already know I really enjoy the H99 blend in the Robusto size, in the Toro size. I couldn't tell you the last time I smoked a 60 ring gauge cigar, but that's something that I'll definitely entertain, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on those at next Drew Estate event.
It is interesting that they did go with this gauge with the H99.
Yeah,
and I think that's the part of the mystique about this cigar. Plus, we already know that this is a flavorful cigar.
So Drew Estate doesn't make very many, if any, 60 ring gauge cigars, maybe some of the Muats, but it's not an easy thing to do when you're blending in certain ring gauges, correct? Like to go up to a 60.
Yes.
It's not just like,
it's easier to go down.
Yeah, it's not like we'll just add a little bit extra filler, a little bit. Nah, man, that recipe totally changes.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, it is. And
looks like you have your work cut out for you.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a wow.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you right off the bat, it is not disappointing at all. And for those of us that like the peppering.
Yeah. So typically with a 60, 70, it tends to burn cooler.
Yeah.
Than like say your Corona, Robusto, Toro. So I'm curious to see how that plays with that, that Corojo wrapper, that nice spice pepper that you typically get in that H99. If it tones down or if a little extra was added, maybe a little bit more Ligero in there, maybe a little bit more strength. I'm definitely curious, but unfortunately they're not very readily available right now. So I'm just going to have to wait like the rest of you.
No, this is amazing. But when the bigger the gauge, I mean, we're used to enjoying medium body cigars, maybe a medium plus, like the Solido from EP. But I normally the bigger the size, it's okay on the flavor, especially if you stay in the medium side. But when you're starting to go medium plus, and when you go on to
the ring gauge
and when you get to the full side, we all know that those are very tart cigars. They're very earthy, and it takes an acquired taste.
Yeah.
So this is a very bold move by Liga Privada.
It's a great looking cigar.
It is. It
really
is amazing. And,
and I'm always curious on how things are going to work out in the long run. But I mean, it's Drew Estate. I'm sure they're going to be it's going to work out well. When they do decide to release those, to general population, so to speak. But as of now, it's just an event only cigar. But I really think that's going to be a hit.
I think this is definitely coming down the pipeline. And if it's not,
then I start thinking
it
too.
Should.
Are we going to start seeing a 60 ring gauge in the number 9? Are we going to start seeing a 60 ring gauge in the T52? I mean, a lot of factors obviously play into that, but now the wheels are turning here, and I'm like, oh man, I'd like to see that, in an M81. Who knows? But it seems to be something a little bit outside the box for Drew Estate, but looking forward to it.
Well, they should go back to the drawing board and now make their own blend for Liga Privada of the bourbon, like they did with the black.
With the M81, right?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to finish enjoying this Corona Doble. You know, I'm kind of having to suffer here with the number 9, you know, versus the H99. I think, but I think I'll manage.
I got to say, I don't think you're in bad hands right now.
No, I think everything is going to be just fine. But until the next time,
yes.
you know, hopefully we'll have a little bit more information for you guys on the mystery cigar that should be dropping soon with Drew Estate. But that's a gorgeous looking cigar.
I really hope this becomes full production cigar.
Yeah, and you know that may be 2 years from now. You know, but
well, in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy it.
Be patient. It may take you 2 years to smoke that. But. All right, guys. Until next time. Thanks for joining.
Have a good one.